It's not going to hold you down. That limitation is not because of you. That limitation is not because of you. I am speaking to somebody. Because you will not die like this. That limitation is not for you. If you can hear me, now say yes. I will not die like this. I will not die like this. I will use that. Say, doctor, it's not job coming. Good job. But guess what? About 6 opportunity open once for this woman. I saw just 1 or 2. But because God is the all-sufficient God. I guess no wonder Apostle Paul said, we speak in parts, for we know in part. So I spoke in parts, but there was so much in store that God has to give to her. She called me on the phone. He said, Papa, where are you? I'm talking to somebody. And if you are not listening, I'm the one. I'm the one. I want to talk to somebody. If God cannot help you, help is not in the hand of that minister, you know. So you targeting the honorable. Yes, sir. When you take 1 foot, you take 5 foot. You want to know everything about his movement, just to make sure that you get his attention. Let me tell you, if God does not give you attention, that man cannot give you attention. Attention number 1 comes from God. Yeah. When God remembered the act, the water dried. When he remembered, he set the bowl again. Anytime God remember, he always do something. Yes, sir. Listen to me, I'm talking to somebody now. Namina the one. I see doors opening for somebody. The doors are about to open. The doors are about to open. I am challenging somebody to yes, sir. This door is about to open. This door is about to open. This door, they are opening one after the other. Listen to me. You know, we've been waiting upon the Lord for days, and I guess some certain people say we are going to wait upon the Lord for a very long time. Now, we've been waiting upon the Lord, and today the 6th now, and this is the 6th day. And when I was coming, he said, son, the powers of darkness how you are coming. And they came to come ahead of you. He said, but I have also sent me to go ahead of you, to go scatter their plans and their program. Let's go away. The legion of heaven came even before I came. I am here to announce to somebody, whatever verdict you pass on your life, before this day is over, that verdict will turn back and go for your enemy, and go for those who promise that pronouncement. If you can hear me, stand up and say, yes, sir. Mama, may you not bury any child again. Amen. Stand up. May you not bury any child again. May you not bury anything again. Because I see bury in your house. When you see the bury in your house. Shakapo Palaka Sweet. I saw weeping in the church. Is it crying at church? So cry. When we say we should come and pray, they thought something. Look, I don't move it, God don't move me again. When they move me, I move. I speak to those of you who are here. Any mark on your head that you cannot see, that is going to lead to death. He said, if God cannot, he said, but speak. And the woman never told just as I have told you. And the Bible said the king ripped his clothes. When he met the pronouncement in the verdict, Elisha was sitting in the midst of the elders of the church. He got the word, but the word with his ears. And they sent the minister to go look for Elisha and summon him. Why would the situation remain the same? That Elisha must die. What does Elisha to do with the situation? That is why I come this message. I refuse this verdict. I refuse this verdict. This verdict of death. I refuse it. I refuse it. The minister went to look for him. That's it from where Elisha was. Elisha was hiding. Before Elisha was just narrating the story, it says, see, this wicked man is coming to take my head from me. The door opened. Why? It was Elisha. This is death. This is Elisha. And immediately, Elisha remembered who he was. Elisha came to himself. He recalled who he was and what he was carrying. He became a New Testament minister immediately. Sometimes God allowed the situation to shake you, to know whether you still know that He is Jehovah, whether He can do anything. I want you to listen to me. In Romans 8:31, if God be for you, who can be against you? But I tell you something, you can still have God and be quiet, and some things can go against you because you refuse to speak, because you refuse to act, because a man is a closed destiny. If you don't speak, heaven will not act. God is waiting for somebody to speak. That is why if there is a man to pray, there is a God to answer. If you don't say what, heaven will not ask. The man remembers something. I just have to speak, and heaven just need to act. So I am standing tonight to speak with you, to speak for you as an intercessor. You will not die like this. From the days of John the Baptist, up to now, God's kingdom suffers violence. Only men of valor take it by force. I am challenging somebody. That tonight, if you can pray, yes, your enemy will fall and die. I am challenging somebody. If you can hear the voice, every language that is settled against you will be unsettled tonight. Uncle Satan. The blame suddenly shift to the prophet. As if the prophet was the king. I hope you know that the king were the president of those times. But the president was depending on the word from God to survive. Why? Elisha folded his hands. It was like looking at the errors of the people. Why God allowed the enemy to surround them. But he didn't remember that he would have stood the gap and begin to intercede for the people instead of being judgmental. Are you getting me right now? It was supposed to have stood and say, Lord, because of me in this land, show me. So as a result, the things in your head will also go down. When it time for death, something happens. Until you put God to action, God will not do some certain things. Look at them, put God to action. What was the day? They won't come. Was I the king? They say, King, ha! Guess what, man, the way you like, you know. And you fear God, Kongosa will catapult you. And you love God, and they work out with God fine. Wherever they spread your name for evil and lift it, He will give you. But when you let them work out with God fine, He will bring you down. He will close you. Are you hearing me very well? Shall God listen to me carefully? Give this man another land. They did not go down. He said, bring them before me. Is it true? I said, yes, it is true. He said, no problem. He said, Meshach, Shadrach, Abednego. Yeah. He landed. He said, listen to me. Is it true that you did not bow down? They said, yes, we did bow down. They didn't talk to us so far. He said, so you did not bow down? He said, no, we didn't bow down. No. He said, we don't serve another God. We don't. Our worship is only to Yahweh. We don't serve another God. Let no situation in this world make you compromise your God. Whether the person gave you job, don't compromise your God. This was a man who employed these people, who gave them job. They are living in his land as princes, but they disobeyed his command because the command was not godly. There are some of you hearing the sound of my voice. You can still go to the other side to do what is evil. Then you come to church quietly.
So true.
Get down and say, ah! You come quietly like a saint, like nothing ever happened. Do you fear God? Do you fear God? Because you know you God. He said, I know you. So for the foundation of God stands sure. The foundation of God stands sure. He said, let everyone that name the name of the Lord depart from iniquity. So Paul talk for the book of Timothy. Some of you, up to now, you still they give money, they go that side. And you don't come now when the Palada not fit solve yonder. Don't come this side. You say, look, come you can help you now. Yes, sir. Who do you take God for? Who do you take God for? I am my voice. The Lord will come as a deliverer to what it is so rare. The deliverance are just landed. Yes, sir. My hand. And they said, our God is able to save us. But even if it did not come on time, or did not come, no problem. I need to burn in this fire. Don't allow any situation to make you compromise your serving God. Not your wife, not your husband, not because of your children. call your God, take go. Titilela, forever. And the Bible said, the man said, hit the fire. These children are playing with fire. They don't know I can kill them. The Bible said they hit the fire 7 good times. And they bind them and drop them in the fire. The man who bind them to throw them in the fire. So God born and died. But this man, the only thing that got born was the rope they used to tie them. They were walking in fire. And the king saw the 4th man in the fire. Why the 4th man? Because there was a declaration that they will not die by that fire. That fire is too small to kill. That fire cannot kill God. So the fire cannot kill them. In Malachi chapter 3, he said, you, the children of Jacob, are not consumed because I shame them not. I speak to somebody. And you see, every death that is meant to kill you will kill your enemy. Stand up, my daughter. You will not die again. You're not going to die again. Death is over. Between now and 2 days' time, you will have a very good dream. When I say very good, it will be very wonderful. You will see that they will come. They will cancel your name. Right before you, they will take a casket away. The casket, they will take it away. That casket I see in front of your house. They will take it away. They will take the casket away. They will go with it. They will go with it. I saw them going with it. I saw them. They are going with that casket. They will come and tell you now. They will come and tell you. Don't need to suffer hard. You spirit that want to claim her life, know that she has finished with you. I, God's servant, I have come to redeem her. Because God said that you tell them that they will not die like this. It is over. Let her go. It's over. It's over. I am here to speak to the people at Sunday. In the year from some people, the death will not stand again. That is not began. Iye gbogbo Jehovah Rapha Shammai. Agane kelegi. Iye gbogbo Jehovah Rapha Shammai. Oya mami. Agane kelegi. Of death on his head. Any man or woman when they don't die. Those whose death are very eminent. Before you will leave here, the death will go back to where they planted it from. Anywhere they will hear this message, if that man believe, this death, yes, I'll go back to the plantation. The prophet said, I will not die this death. There was a word in his mouth that he has not released ever since. When that sentence was released, he released the word. He has been waiting for God, but God has been waiting for him. Can I say that again? He has been waiting for God, but God has been waiting for him. So immediately he said, By this time tomorrow, that which is sold for 8 shekels, yes, sir. 5 shekels, yes, sir, shall be sold for a shekel. Whatever that the poor could not even achieve, could not buy, will be for almost for free. Then the man who came to arrest him said, "Are you not? Do you know the situation we are talking about? The level of this." Let me talk to someone. There is a word in your mouth. You don't want to deliver yourself, you don't want to deliver your family. I don't know why you are acting so wicked to yourself. You are acting too bad to your destiny. I am talking to somebody. I want you to take some move about your destiny. Yes, sir. I am talking to people now. Yes, sir. Your destiny is about to escape like a bird. Yes, sir. From a snare. Yes, sir. In the next 2 minutes, I will end the message. By this time tomorrow, according to my word, not according to the word of the Lord, not thus saith the Lord, but the word of the prophet. It was not thus says the Lord. Why? He was a carrier and a custodian. A carrier of God, a custodian of the word. But he should have known what to do. This is the same Elisha who blindfolded warriors. They could not do their duty, and he asked the king to feed them and release them back. He suddenly forgot who he was. I am praying for somebody. The anointing to break out, the anointing to speak forth, it will rest upon you. If you believe, say yes, yes, Lord. Hey, I'm about to drop this microphone. I have to work. You have to drop the microphone. Please stand up. Hey, God. Talaba fi ọwẹ́, ta ló lè la ọ̀ṣọ́ba? Talaba fi ọwẹ́, ta ló lè la ọ̀ṣọ́ba? Ọlọ́run ni Ọlọ́run wa. Talaba fi ọwẹ́, Ọlọ́run ni Ọlọ́run wa. Talaba fi ọwẹ́. Talaba fi ọwẹ́. Ta ló lè la ọ̀ṣọ́ba? Talaba fi ọwẹ́. Ta ló lè la ọ̀ṣọ́ba? Ọlọ́run ni Ọlọ́run wa. Your destiny is not done, but you will experience an open door. Your destiny is not, but you can experience an open one. Now striving that you are striving, you will not strive again. You know, it's going in pain. I'm going to be around. Be around. Be around. Hey, Judah. I'm going to be around. Be around. Be around. Be around. Be around. Hey, Judah. Hey, Judah. miracle, you there. God of power, you there. God of healing, you there. God of deliverance, you there. Son of the Most High. Son of the Most High. He's alive. When you say Omo Alade, he is the Son of God, Son of the Most High, is alive. That is what Ode is alive. Is alive. Omo Alade, Omo Alade, Alade. The God of miracle is dead. The God of power is dead. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. You will place your hand here. You put your hand and you get that mark of death. The mark of non-achievement. The mark of saying not going to back. The mark of the nonentity. The mark of nonentity. The mark of a nobody. The mark of saying not for become nobody. The mark of limitation. The mark of limitation. Today, I came to announce. And come for talk to her. If you can obey, if you don't obey, that mark will be erased forever. That mark will come up forever. You told them about the water. You forgot. I will pardon them. Because you were supposed to come with a packet of water. Tomorrow, you will come with a packet of water. Ọmọ alade. Ọmọ alade wúra de. Alágbára ni Jésù mi o. Alágbára Ọlọ́run mi o. Tí ọba ti sàgbà ni Jésù mi o. He said when God say a word, it is so. He said nothing change this thing. Alágbára ni Jésù mi. Alágbára Ọlọ́run mi o. My Savior, my God. Tí ọba ti sọ̀rọ̀. When he say a word, then lórí. That is how it is. Alágbára ni Jésù mi o. I speak to that hand on that head. To every hand on his head. That limitation in your life. I command it to be erased in the name of Jesus. That mark from that shrine, from that altar, that mark from that oven, that mark from that oven, from that witch, from that wizard, from that witch. I command that mark to be removed from the forehead. You can say everybody will be saved. You want to pray this prayer now? You want to come pray this prayer point now?
No, one.
May I get a word just now? May your helper not die. The helper not go die. May your helper, may your helper not die. May not go down. The Lord show you his kindness. The Lord show you his kindness. The Lord show you his kindness. The kindness of God. The kindness of God. It's going to clothe you. It's going to clothe you. The kindness of God. The kindness of God. That's it. Raise it. Take it. That's it. That's the kindness of God. Are you ready to pray? Let's stand in. Say the name of Jesus.